Um, Thank you, Beth. Thank you, EY. Thank you, IWF. What I'd like to do in honor of Didi Corradini, who partnered with us in Doha when Beth and I went there to really investigate this future program honoring athletes, is I would like, because Didi would love it, to have our mentees stand up. They're in the back of the room. They were dancing. They're inspiring. They come from 8 countries, have won Olympic medals and numerous international and national championships. They are coaches, lawyers, consultants, engineers, entrepreneurs, experts in the area of public policy, banking, finance, sports marketing, sports developments, programs, and disability. They've loved this program. They've loved all of you. They've been saying things like, this year, this 2 days has been transformative. I found a place that's safe where I can trust. I look at the world differently in a bigger way. And I know in our lifetime, many of them are going to be up on this stage because they're already on their way. All of them were chosen because of something we all share in this room. They want to make life better for everyone, and they want to play it forward. Tonight, I'm honored to take my place among the amazing, accomplished, and aspiring women who've been inducted into the IWF Hall of Fame. I've met many of them. Rosa Parks, I'm that old. Condoleezza Rice, I'm that young. Billie Jean King, Noel El Moutamakil, my good friend Morocco, and many more. And so I am honored also to stand on this stage to the other honorees, to Paula Adina Johnson and Demir Sabentini for their work on behalf of women in the fields of health, education, media, and the arts. However, tonight I am extremely happy that Beth Brooke introduced me. For many years, I've been patiently waiting to work with someone just like her, connect with a woman business leader who truly understands the significant role sports plays on the global stage and in individual lives. Beth understands that participating in sport helps fine-tune the tools necessary to strive and thrive in the competitive world in which we live. Beth knows that behind every successful athlete is a ton of hard work. In my case, I recall as an 11-year-old when I first started to compete, leaving school early to run to a bus stop in Lafayette, California. I'd take that bus to Oakland, transfer to another bus to Berkeley, walk a half a mile to the YMCA, load myself into a carpool, and drive over the Bay Bridge to Treasure Island, because those days, seeking big water for training was very difficult. The return trip took 3 transfers to a local drugstore. I would put a dime in the payphone, ring twice, hang up really fast so I could get the dime back. That was my signal for my father to come pick me up. I'd use that dime to buy a candy bar because I was hungry before dinner. I was determined. I found my passion. 2 years later, at the age of 13, I was on my way to the Rome Olympics with people like Wilma Rudolph and Muhammad Ali. 4 years later, I completed my dream of reaching the Olympic podium. How fortunate was I that on that day I was healthy? People always say the reason why an Olympic medal is so difficult to win is that you only get one chance every 4 years. The second gold medal was won in the relay, and I loved that the most because it was in a team effort. But after it, at age 17, I knew I had a choice if I wanted to go to school. I had to retire. So I went back to the beautiful Tokyo pool, climbed up to the big tower where Greg Louganis in the future made those fabulous dives. I looked out at the arena and I thought, what's next? I had no one to follow. There were no role models. It was a blank canvas. There were no scholarships for girls. There weren't even high school sports for girls. And the truth is, I was depressed for the loss of a whole way of life that I've lived fully through the Olympic Games. This was 1964. But in 1972, just 8 years later, hope blossomed when Title IX of the Equal Education Amendments Act was passed. Beth Brooke was only 13 then. This law made it illegal to discriminate on the basis of sex in any educational institution receiving federal funding. Gone were quotas that had limited women's access to business, law, and medical school. And for the very first time, and it was controversial, women were offered sports scholarship. The result is that our culture has been transformed. The result is that there has been a 1,000% increase in young girls participating in sport in high school and a 600 increase in college. So fortunately, as all laws take time to take hold, when Beth reached college, at the college age, she was the first to receive a basketball scholarship at Purdue. So you cannot imagine how much fun it was to meet Beth during the 40th anniversary in the celebration of the passage of Title IX. And as she said, it was an instant meeting of minds as we began to discuss how we could shine more of a spotlight on women in sport, and in the process, build that necessary bridge to connect women in sport with women in the workplace, successful women. We knew that there is a disconnect, and we want to reconnect. After all, in places remote from here, all across the world, sport is being used by NGOs to help children in divided communities learn to play, work, and live with each other. But yet, no matter how much progress has been made in almost every field, sport remains a last frontier. Yes, we've found a place as performers on the stage, but we have little influence as leaders in this multi-billion-dollar enterprise that has the power to convene a dazzling array of diverse interests. From heads of state to captains of industry to all those athletes that run and train in the playing fields of the world. We have found that 95% of C-suite women played sport, and more than half played at the university level. That says a lot about that law, Title IX. That girls who play sport are more likely to reach higher levels of education and climb higher in the corporate ladder. That they are less likely to stay in abusive relationships and more likely to live healthier lives. Plenty of reason to protect and support sport for girls and women. Thank you for providing me with this stage, this opportunity to share with you my passion for a subject that I hope is permanently on your agenda. I say this because sport is a powerful universal tool that, if used to its fullest potential, has the ability to produce amazing outcomes. We need to be part of that because, as Dr. Johnson said in the first plenary, that dudes need our diversity and our vision. And as they say in Boston, our wicked smarts. Thank you.